Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nexus Gaming Series. We're here in Division A on the left-hand side. We've got gillyShark at Bingo Night. We got a Chest Looter, Greymane, Schumann on the Gul'dan, Ekib on Malthael, Kaimo, Tripson on Rhaegar, and Stark to play the Muradin. Over on the right-hand side, we've got Citrus Colored Squash, or CCS3, in the red, with Mezzos on Diablo, T3 Cat, T3 Cat, yeah, T3 Cat on Genji, Summer on the Anduin, Ace on the Hogger, and Lamut on the Chromie. I pose this to all of you. You've got 2 minutes. Get your gambles in. When will Gul'dan finish Pursuit of Flame? He needs 30 stacks. I actually think I misspoke earlier and said 40. He needs to hit an enemy hero 30 times. You can hit 2 at once with a single. You could hit 4 with a single. You could hit 5 with a single cast, but never more. Anyways, when will he finish? Before level 10 or after? Get your gambles in. Very, very simple bet. And if you are a player who knows the results, you are welcome to gamble. Just don't spoil it. Ah, nicely done from T. So I like what Malthael did there. And if you're wondering, like, why did Malthael walk back into the enemy? Genji was using deflect from the towers. Genji was tanking tower shots with deflect, and those would have been deflected into the Gul'dan. So, there you go. Nice attempt, or not the Gul'dan, sorry, into the Malthael. Sorry, I'm so focused on the gamble. Baha, if Gul'dan hits 3 Vikings, does it count as 1 or 3? It counts as 3. But there's no Vikings in this game, so that's why I said never more than 5. He could never hit more than 5 because there's not a 6th character. Now, if there were Vikings or Samuro, sure, he could be stacking off 7. Unfortunately, Cho'Gall only counts as 1. Could you imagine Cho'Gall stacking counted as 2? It does for Butcher. Cho'Gall drops 2 pieces of meat, or 2 bundles of meat, when Cho'Gall dies. But it's not like a Zul'jin auto-attacks a Cho'Gall and gets 2 stacks on his level 1. It's not like Cassia hits with a Q, Vala with an auto, or a W, or a Q as well, depending on her level 1, so. Could you imagine, though? That'd be such a nerf to Cho'Gall. You gotta trust in Schumann. I trust in Schumann. 8 stacks currently. Level 4 about to be achieved by both sides. Double circ rotations are yielding about, actually it's equal gems right now, 27 to 26, and you know, a gem or so to not be picked up here or there. Greymane goes down in the bottom lane to the Genji. Ekib is not going to pick up the allied gems. The economy is falling apart, much like the United States. I think there's a yeah in there. Genji's gonna go Dragon Claw level 4. Oh. Sometimes when we see Dragon Claw, we see the upgrade at level 20. We see the Zanshin at level 20. Sometimes. It's not a guarantee. But usually when I see Dragon Claw, Genji's like to play this deflect style. So we could see Zanshin 20. But of course... Sorry, I chugged too much tea. But of course, if Genji does go into X-Strike, Living Weapon level 20 is just so good as well, so... We'll have to see what the Genji player wants to lean into. Hogger will go into Aggro Rage at level 4. We typically see, if we're seeing on the prowl, we often see Hoggers Joggers at level 4, but it's going to be an increased Hog Wild radius by 20%. Each enemy hero hit generates 0.5 range, increased to 2 against heroes. Or, excuse me, each enemy hit generates 0.5, as well as hitting enemy heroes is going to be a 2. So Cho'Gall head drops its own 20 meat. That's neat. Yeah. If you play Butcher into Cho'Gall, you'd get, well, technically you get 30 meat because it's 15 before you hit the 200 mark, right? For heroic kills. And then after you get to the 200 mark, it drops down to 10 meat per kill. I do believe. I think I'm right with that. So before 20, or before 200 stacks, you'd get 30 meat off a Cho'Gall for a kill. Post, you get 20. Purification level 7 for Rhaegar. I'm excited to take a look at the gillyShark at Bingo Night card. I don't know if any of them have that available at the end of the series, like after however many maps we have. I don't know. It could be a 2-0, could be a 3-map series. But I'd like to see like the final card. Curious what they were. It'd be fun to look at it afterwards. Kind of not knowing what to expect for the bingo wise. Either way, first Web Weavers will descend in favor of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Gul'dan is done with Pursuit of Flame. Schumann has finished before level 10. It's level 7. So we will pay out that bet once we have a window to do so. So give me a little second here. We will see perfect defense for Genji as well. This is feeling like a Zanshin game. Teabag. Teabag needs to get thrown away. Give me 1 second. Hands off the wheel. Genji in mid lane doing his best to clear things out. We'll be able to save the fort. It will take a chunk of damage. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Hogger gets a spin through. Maltheo respects and backs away. The top lane, fort, front gate, and fort will take some damage. 10 talent here, almost here for both sides. Let's cycle through those other numbers, get an idea of what the damage, healing, and experience does look like so far. Map number 1 in our second best of 3 of the day here in the Nexus Gaming Series Division A matchup. Okay. Greymane and Hogger. A Worgen versus a Null. Chest Looter, I think. Oh! If you're like, why did Chest stay on the point? He's taking free damage. Well, he didn't want to give over the camp because Ekib and Kaimo were making the rotation down. Kaimo doesn't get the gems, but he does get a cleanse onto Ekib in time, and I'm honestly fine with that. Yeah, you lost, what, 4 or 5 gems of your economy, but standing still, waiting for the moment for that temporal loop. Nicely done from Kaimo Tripson there. Credit where it's due to good healers. Exclamation owl. Gul'dan pokes at the top lane for it. I like this call from gillyShark at Bingo Night. They have the wave already here. They put a little damage onto the fort from Gul'dan's spells, and just they back away, preparing for defenses against these Web Weavers. Tens are here from both sides almost simultaneously. We have a Avatar Muradin, Ancestor Healing Rhaegar, Horrify from Gul'dan, Maltheo's holding. We've got, oh no, it's considered Last Rites Maltheo, Curse Bullet, Greymane. On the opposing side, for Citrus Colored Squash in the red, Temporal Loop for Chromie, we already saw that. It's going to be a Hogger Shockwave, Light Bomb from Genji. And it's not X-Strike, it's going to be the Dragon, or the Dragon Blade for Genji. Apocalypse activated by Diablo. Here comes the Light Bomb on top of it. Genji jumping in. Deflect activated. Chest Looter getting so low. And T3 Cat gets the reset off of a Swift Strike in. Kaimo trying to bite in here. Muradin looking for those autos to get the mini stuns off the level 7 Skullcracker. But it's 0 to 4 in kills. And the members of gillyShark at Bingo Night need to back away in this mid lane. They're gonna lose their fort. Maltheo's made work of bottom. Gul'dan Schumann's cleared out top. But the fort in mid shall go down from the camp and the wave. Yo, Eddie, what's up, bud? Happy Thursday to you. I hope you're well. Thanks for coming by the stream. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I do want to say, I don't know if anyone watched any of the streams last night of, I guess Mortal Kombat 1 released early to a bunch of people because Warner Brothers loves to screw over other streamers. Anyways, but I was watching a bunch of the Mortal Kombat stuff because I don't intend to play the game myself. I got too many other things to do. So I was watching some people doing the story mode for Mortal Kombat 1. The story's pretty cool. Story's pretty cool. Your Street Fighter logo next to your name reminded me of that. Stasis from Chromie. She buys a window. Good light bomb from Anduin into Genji. Stark will go down. Lamort is almost to fall. Schumann's poke was not enough. A shockwave flank from Hogger with a Horrify from Gul'dan doesn't save him, and it's a double kill into gillyShark at Bingo Night. Citrus Colored Squash will be looking for the triple kill if they can find it in a Chest Looter. Kaimo Tripson low as well, gets the chain heal out, the last rites applied, and that'll be Genji to go down. Ekib takes a kill of his own and gets a stack on his last rites, 5 seconds off his 70-second cooldown, so that's 65 seconds for last rites. As a reminder, if you're watching over on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe the videos, as we say this for every single one, because it does help our metrics, get more discovery, get more subscriptions. If we had 1,000 current subs on the YouTube channel, we can then monetize said channel and get some extra money for Bandit. Don't you love Bandit? Don't you love him? Be sure to subscribe. And if you're on Twitch, you're not following, be sure to drop a follow. If you'd like to support further, it's always very much appreciated, as we do have little sub goals that we'd like to hit, and we got bills to pay. But 13s apiece for both sides. The red Web Weavers, second one of the game, to the side of Citrus Colored Squash. And we push in through the top lane with a 6-1 kill advantage, or at least 6-1 in kills favoring said red team. Down at bottom lane, Genji, I see him jumping down here. The Dragon Blade, they're trying to chase onto Ikib. He does get the mark onto T3 Cat. The tower shots are pretty good, but the Dragon Blade is just enough to slice and dice through this Malthael. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what he was. He's an Angel of Death, right? I was too busy fighting Lavas. Oh yeah, Cav, I was asking you earlier, how far did you get into Dark Souls 3 last night? Obviously, you got to Quelaag. Did you go to Blighttown first? And did you start with the Master Key? I honestly feel like for a first playthrough, getting the Master Key makes things just way more enjoyable. There's probably people out there who are like, it's not a true Dark Souls experience. Well, whatever. Good. I honestly think that's the best way to first play through Dark Souls 1. It's the most enjoyable because you can just get to areas and you can do more stuff. Kaimo trips in, getting chunked here, will be able to back away. Not going to get picked up, but it still is going to be a double kill to the side of Citrus Colored Squash. It's looking a little rough for gillyShark at Bingo Night. 5 more gems are needed for another summon on the side of Citrus Colored Squash. That would be their third of the game. First at 50, second at 55, third at 60. Fallen Angel of Death? Okay, yeah, I was trying to apply some Malthael lore to his death, but I couldn't remember it. You weren't feeling. Yeah, also the other starting items are kind of boo-boo. Like, I guess you could get like a, I think you can get like a flask upgrade, can't you? Actually, I don't think you can get a flask upgrade. Most of the starting items in DS1 feel like boo-boo. I didn't go to Blighttown first, but I rang both bells already. You can't get to Quelaag without going through Blighttown. You have to go through Blighttown to get to Quelaag. Oh, okay. I understand. Sorry, I understand. Sorry, I'm skimming and misreading. Yeah, I realize what you did now. You did what I do in my randomizer runs. You run directly to Quelaag. You don't. Well, I guess maybe you probably get the fire underneath, but you run directly to Quelaag. You don't do all the bullshit. I'm excited to watch you stream that next time you go live, but okay, a Dragon Blade? I thought Kaimo was gonna make it out alive right there. Unfortunately not. Here comes another Webweaver phase for the side of Citrus Colored Squash. An Apocalypse from Diablo creates more zoning than anything else. There is no Rhaegar for any cleanse. Chest taps well and hopes that maybe he can survive through some of this. Unfortunately, it does not work out for him. T3 Cat does go down to the Nexus forces. The Webweaver's pushing in. Ikib will fall. He gets a Lacerates onto Ace, but it doesn't yield a kill. 3 for 1 as it's 3-12 in total kills. gillyShark at Bingo Night. I wouldn't say their back's against the wall. They still got some structures to run back to and be able to defend, but man, oh man, does it feel rough in this map number 1 as the push from Citrus Colored Squash is just way too strong. Ancestral healing on a Schumann. Looking to maybe chase in further for a fight. Earth Grasp Totem from Kaimo Tripsin slows down Mesos. And meanwhile in the bottom lane, my apologies, Stark gets the honorable 1v1, takes down Hogger. Nicely done. I was joking a little bit about the previous best of 3 we were casting, but honestly, Bronzebeard Rage with Skullcracker, it just feels like a carry combo for Muradins. Like, Skullcracker plus Bronzebeard Rage, oh, it's so satisfying. Nicely done, Stark. 51 gems to be turned in. That'll be a Webweaver phase to gillyShark at Bingo Night. T3 might have a delay. There's one. Maybe looking for another. No. Chromie does have vision. Diablo gets a Fire Stomp, but it won't connect in time. Stark actually Dwarf Tosses in. It seemed like he had that shift queued in from when he was already turning in. Horrified from Gul'dan does split a few enemies. T3 Cat looking to back away. Mesos with the Shadow Charge in onto Avatar Murden, who does get a Stormbolt to the face of the Diablo, but it pierces into Genji. The Lacerates comes through. It's a double kill for gillyShark at Bingo Night. They're looking to make it a triple, but Stark's so very low. Takes a tower shot, but doesn't go down. And now the third win from level 1 going to kick in. They'll have a higher healing threshold and a faster one. Ace may be looking for a flank with that shockwave, but realizing, you know, there's 2 dead on my team. I don't think I really want to look for this angle. gillyShark at Bingo Night going for aggressive here in the mid lane. And now on the opposing side, 24 seconds for Genji and the Diablo. Hogger, Anduin, and Chromie doing their best to just find a... Well, it's actually mostly Chromie just poking out right now. Hogger still mounted, throwing a little bit of trash on the ground here and there. Oh, I don't have the bingo card for this one, Hellreal. Hellreal. I think I say that right. I think I'm off a little bit, but either way. We're gonna look at the bingo card at the end of this entire series. So whether it's a best of 3, whether it's a 2-map or a 3-map series, we'll look at the card at the end. I think by then I might be able to get the card off of a member. I just want to see what like the results were by the end. Hogger confirmed to Torres, throwing trash on the ground. Hogger is a flatlander, as we call them, because we live up in the mountains. So anyone who doesn't live here is a flatlander, which I find that stupid. But so many of my friends are just like, oh yeah, those goddamn flatlanders. It's like, okay. Chess posted in Division A chat. Thank you very much. I will grab it from there at the end of the series. Much appreciated, bud. Thank you, non-champion. Gul'dan will go into, he'll be going into Demonic Circle, level 20, sorry. No haunt. I said that so weird. Murden Dwarf launches in. Got that level 16. Stark activates the avatar. It's 20 talents here on both sides. It is a dragon becomes me for Genji. So no Zanshin. Sorry to those Zanshin lovers. Curse Bullet. Corruption as well from Schumann. Boston top lane is going to be pressuring in for gillyShark at Bingo Night. They do take down the keep. God, Chest Looter's auto attack speed. Chest Looter's auto attack speed with his blunderbuss level 20. Movement speed by 30. There's something doing this. Increase the attack speed bonus of any. Ah, there it is. There it is. I was like, yeah, the eager wolf, because like Chess is just like pew 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 pew. It's almost like dynamic optics for Ana. Demonic Circle to be placed back at the core, actually. I was kind of wondering if he'd use Demonic Circle to jump over here, because it is a 60-second cooldown. But, I mean, Schumann didn't need to get to the team that quickly. But I was kind of thinking, I was like, oh, what if he uses Demonic Circle as a teleport back into the fight? Hey, that'd be a good bingo square. Hearth out and use Demonic Circle to get back into a team fight. Oh, that'd be good. There's a square for you, gillyShark at Bingo Night. I have a feeling that already is a square. I have a feeling that's already been thought of. 2 stacks on Malthiel's last rites, 2 stacks on Piercing Light for Anduin. Gul'dan's done with his level 1. Diablo's got full souls. Obviously, Murden's done with his baseline quest because he's post level 10. And just about actually every heroic but Genji's Dragon Blade is up and available. 6 to 12 in kills. Win conditions are available for both sides. Citrus-colored Squasher looking for an invade into its camp. Apocalypse activated by the Diablo. He pushes Stark up against the wall. Nicely done from Mezzos there. Doesn't use the overpower to pull Stark onto the point, just keeping him into the corner with the body blocks. Ekeep throws out a last rites onto Diablo and will not fall. The no control from Hogger. What? The Rhaegar gets traded. Aw, T3 Cat with no respect for the 1v1. But Chest Looter's looking to jump in over here. Gul'dan with some damage over time onto Summer. They will fall. Genji deflect activating. He gets the Swift Strike away, mounted up immediately. And now catapults are on the core. And Gul'dan will use his Demonic Circle to bop back into the Hall of Swords, leaving Chest Looter all by himself. Razor Swipe, Dark Flight onto the minion wave. And the final cut from T3 Cat. Slices, dices, and takes down Chest Looter. Meanwhile, back at the core, it's actually Catapult's not even on core. They're on the minion wave still. Kaimo Tripson is like kinda good at healing from time to time. That's APM. I don't want that, Bahamut. That's XP. I don't want that, Bahamut. There we go. I hit all the wrong buttons. Back to our talents if we wanted to. Actually, you know what we haven't looked at in a little bit? The damage healing experience. Go ahead and take a look at those numbers while we're kind of waiting for the setup here. 2059. So gillyShark and Bingo Knight, are they 1 gem away? So my math can't be that far off. Yeah, they're 1 gem away from a turn-in. On the opposing side, it's 36 in their pockets. So yeah, oh my god, I can do math, chat. Is non-champ, are you taking notes for your team? It's like, ah, yes, the scouting that we needed to do for this week's matchup. Thank you, Bahamut. Well, maybe next week. Maybe next week. I don't think teams played back-to-back matches. Oh, I guess no. There's flex matches. So yeah, maybe they do. All right, back to our talents. Diablo at 60 souls currently. He is full Fire Stomp build. gillyShark and Bingo Knight get their Webweaver turn in here. And we'll see if they're able to end things off this Webweaver phase. 20-some minutes into the game, the waves are pushing in through top and mid. Actually, top is probably a better wave. Chromie with Time Walker's Pursuit level 1 does get some vision. Muradin steps into the bush, face checks the bush, gets the Avatar. No Ancestral healing in time. Light Bomb from Genji, Swift strikes in. Chest Looter is going to try and keep his Inner Beast active. That's a beautiful Horrify from Schumann, and Greymane gets the Ancestor healing, has the Farseer's Blessing. That's gonna try and splash that to a few allies. Apocalypse activated by Diablo, but now with a triple kill on the hands of gillyShark and Bingo Knight, they've got Webweaver on core, Catapults here as well. Seems like this is going to be the beginning of the end for gillyShark and for Citrus Colored Squash here on map number 1. gillyShark and Bingo Knight should be able to take this down. Actually, the Webweaver in mid lane just arriving, but it's gonna fall. Doesn't matter though, it's gonna be massive Catapults on core. You got a Greymane on core as well with Inner Beast active. Gul'dan pops his Demonic Circle on the left-hand side, and GG, well played. gillyShark and Bingo Knight take map number 1 in our second best of 3 of the day. You're just enjoying the Division A play? You played both teams early in the season? Ah, okay. Ah, okay. I see. Ugh. Oof, look at that healing. All right. Well, we already paid out the gamble because that was done earlier. That was Gul'dan did finish his level 1 before level 10. Let's update our scores. Our ads, we can probably skip ads. We can probably skip a round of ads here. I think we'll be nice to the non-subs. You'll find that I am generous. Sky Temple is our next map. Okay, let's see if we can make a little prediction for this game. Let's see. Level 1s will be... Vala autos or Falstad autos. Let's do Falstad autos because we just did a gillyShark at Bingo Knight prediction. Let's do a prediction on the side of Citrus Colored Squash. So we'll do. There's a Falstad. He's going to be going into auto attacks. I'll explain the talents and everything when we load on in. So let me write up the prediction. Is my DPI set wrong? Something feels not right. Nope. I'm just crazy. What's new? How many auto stacks for Falstads? 1. 30 or more, 29 or less? No, let's say 40 and 39. That seems reasonable. 40 and 39. We'll say that. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it, everybody. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into our second map in our second best of 3 of the day. On the left-hand side, we've got gillyShark at Bingo Knight looking to close things out with a 2-0. And they've got a Schumann Rhaegar, Ekib Zeratul, Randy on Thrall, Lazy Hydra play Uther, and Stark on the Vala. To the east of the map, looking for a map number 3 potential, through Sky Temple, we have got... Thank you to whoever freed Harrison Jones! We have got a Lamort Falstad, Mesos Joanna, Ace on the Urel, Summer on the Stukov, and T3 Cat on that Stukov. I pose this gamble to all of you. How many frequent flyer stacks for Falstad? So minion kills grant 0.2 basic attack damage. Heroic takedowns gain 0.5 basic attack damage. How many of these stacks will Falstad have by the end of the game? 40 or more, 39 or less. Get the gambles in, as our first siege will be into bottom lane, the Sylvanas composition, looking to do Sylvanas things. Something, Sylvanas compositions never win. And Lamort is just poking out here and there. Good stun on two. Joanna, they will be able to find first blood in favor of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Falstad flies to top lane. False stack. Oh, that was clever. That was clever. I like that. Nicely done. gillyShark answer back with a bit of siege damage in the bottom lane of their own, taking down that tower. Stark standing still, but he's got good reason. He's trying to build up those stacks as quickly as possible. And I gotta say, 28 stacks around 50 seconds. 28 stacks, closer to 50 seconds rather than 60. Not too bad. E-Keep on the Zeratul. You gonna do Zeratul things. Falstad dies. Don't know if that sways your votes by any means, because he's not gonna be stacking for the next 8 seconds. Siege camp, excuse me, to be traded in the bottom lane. Thrall goes into mid. Rolling Thunder level 1 for that percent-based damage and extra healing. All right, we have we've got some good odds on this one. It's a 1 to 3.34 win if you doubt. Nice. Level 4s are about to arrive. First objective phase will be top and center. These are standardized on this map. The second objective is also standardized as a singular temple on the lower side of the map in the bottom lane. After that, we start to randomize into whether it's singular or double, and where the location is as well. I do like that about Heroes of Storm, that there's kind of a standard for the first objective on a lot of these maps. You know, Cursed Hollow, it's either top center or bottom center. This map, you have top and mid. Infernal Shrines, the first objective and the halfway point are the same. Excuse me, that was Battlefield of Eternity I meant. Infernal Shrines actually has complete RNG. Infernal Shrines is complete RNG. And I feel like that's good, actually, because if it was always, like, in one lane at the start, then I feel like we just have a meta developing K. Okay, so the first objective you give, because it's in the mid, you just give that up. You really want to just grab a top lane Shuffle and Shaman and push hard. Meanwhile, speaking of top lane on a completely different map, the members of gillyShark at Bingo Night are looking to just continually press into this lane. They want to get the advantage here. Getting the fort front gate down, and then going to top objective will guarantee the fort itself as well. Stark, by the way, 55 stacks, sub 3 minutes on the Vala. 1 stack on that Krita the Hunter. She's at 1%. Falstad currently at 5 stacks, but the fight in top lane does continue. We've got Ace chilling on the point. Dauntless level 1 for Urel. We're going to pull away our talents as Stark vaults in. T3 Cat dumps a whole handful of damage into Stark, but the healing from E-Keep is okay, or from Schumann is okay. The Righteous Hammer, Stark tries to get away, and Sylvanas does have the damage necessary. That will be the first kill for the side of Citrus-Colored Squash, and they will continue to hold top lane control while Falstad meanders his way into mid with Gerald the Bird. E-Keep looking for a potential kill. Falstad barrel rolls away, and E-Keep actually sticks on top. No one gets the regeneration globe right there. A stun from Lazy Hydra right around the corner, and that is going to be Gerald for dinner. I know his name is Swiftwing. Mid shots gained by gillyShark at Bingo Night. The top lane about to expire. You're all going to finish this out. Maybe rotate in to help out the allies with this team fight. A cleanse from Schumann into Stark, allowing him to back away. T3 Cat stepping up a little bit here, but Schumann can't advance any further for a potential kill. Here comes Ace. I was wondering if you just shove into the top lane. Doesn't seem like that'll be the case, because I was thinking the Ace might be just pushing up this mini wave onto the fort, guarantee that, but no. They want to make sure that they have this team fight around the objective area. Ace will go grab the grab the experience there, and my apologies, I missed the kill into Sylvanas. We're all chilling in the bush. You know what they say, a thrall in the bush is something. Okay, Randy Newman with this. I just want to see how this vision setup looked. No level 4 Frostwolf pack staffing. Lamort's dead here. I don't really see a world where he gets out alive. Okay. 11 stacks for Falstead. We'll have top lane still being shoved in by Ace. Meanwhile, an invade onto the camp over here from gillyShark at Bingo Night. And Festering Wounds. Festering Wounds for the Sylvanas. Stark's still trying to just keep that stacking, keeping that hatred going up. 6-1 in kills, and it's looking okay for gillyShark at Bingo Night here on Sky Temple. They have lost out structurally more. As you take a look at the minimap, the top lane fort taking a bit more damage, but 6-1 in kills, they've got the experience advantage, and maybe they can really start to run things down after the second objective phase, or maybe during it, as it is the single altar in the bottom lane. Stark looking to chase on a T3 cat with the Haunting Wave out towards the allied side. Ancestor healing for Rhaegar, Might of the Nerazim on the Zeratul, Sundering Thrall, Divine Shield for that Uther, and last but not least, Vala with Rain of Vengeance. On the opposing side, Wailing Arrow, Flailing Swipes, Ardent Defender, Blessed Shield, and a Gust for Falstad. There's a flank Sunder from Thrall, but it doesn't set up more than some continued stacking for Stark. Next objective phase, 18 seconds to go on that bottom lane. We might see some well taps. We actually might see a catch onto Falstad. Falstad was about to step in this bush and decides, you know what, I think I might die if I go that way. Doubles back towards Urel, and it seems like gillyShark and Bingo Night are the ones who are going to be on the wrong side of this fight. No, they're absolutely fine, I think. I say that, and a good Gust from Falstad might set up a kill into Lazy Hydra. Beautifully done right there. It seemed like the Blessed Shield was a good, start, and then it seemed like it wasn't gonna, there was any sort of enough damage to follow up for a kill, but the Gust is exactly what Citrus Colored Squash needed, and they will gain control of bottom lane objective phase. Shots into bottom lane fort, and those will be directly onto the fort since there's no fort front gate. Due to proximity, once this fort does fall from the objective, shots will go into mid lane fort, and those will probably take it down to 50-ish% maybe, depends on how this wave is gonna push in. I don't think the top lane, I don't think we're going to see a triple fort phase, but I say that, and they're rushing into bottom lane to speed things up, so yeah, they should confirm bottom and mid fort with the remaining shots. I do believe so. If they get triple fort off this, that'd be wild. Ooh, it might be savable here. See a boss being grabbed in the bottom right. All right, we're into the last 5 shots. Yeah, the mid fort will be on a sliver of HP. Oh no, they get it! Nicely done. I doubted myself. I should have just believed in myself. I should have just believed it. 106 stacks for the Vala. She has died once, so she's down to 20% on the Gambit, but still. 2% on the bonus attack, the hatred damage bonus, excuse me. And the attack speed is at 20%. We do see a trade, though. Top fort will go down. gillyShark and Bingo Night lose their mid and bottom. They will lose the boss as well. Ekeeb, is he all right? Missiles with the Blessed Shield available. That's the potential setup they need into the boss stun as well. Righteous Hammer. Oh, beautifully done from Ace. The Righteous Hammer into the boss stun. Kaimo tries to get the Ancestral. It's on a 10-second cooldown. It's actually on a 2-second cooldown at this point. Bottom lane still sieging on in. The stun from Uther to poke, sundering out from Thrall as well. They're using these heroics as defensive tools. Stark just continuing the auto attack damage. Oh, but Mezzos, they want to try and take down another Gambit off of Stark. Haunting Wave in, applying Festering Wounds from level 7. T3 Cat, it may be the death dealer, the auto, nicely done. Divine Shield applied to Stark. Ace looking to come in here and create some space. Unfortunately, did not work out. Creating space will be done by Summer with those flailing swipes. The Wolf does not get the root. Falstad actually went to top lane during all of this and is able to get the top lane fort. Zeratul wants to chase onto Lamort. Will he get it? The Gust is forced, but it's a sticky Ekeeb. Siege Giant stolen away. Start keeping that hatred up off the side walls here. Tanking a couple shots here and there. Trying to keep that hatred running, but unfortunately that will expire. Oh, wait, maybe? Not 100% sure. Either way, could have been dropped. I don't think it was. Yrel with the Righteous Hammer going to bop these Siege Giants into range of the towers. They'll be cleared out a little bit faster. Next objective is double in the top and the bottom. Blessed Shield from Mesos attempted right there, but it's just shy of connecting onto a gillyShark member. Top shots from Ekeeb will rain into the mid lane fort. Bottom shots into the bottom lane fort. But of course, the Lazy Hydra respects the enemy team and will back away. More Siege Giants to be grabbed, objective phasings to be traded, but this is not the trade you want on the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night, since you're going to be losing a keep versus gaining fort shots, and I think Ekeeb was considering to leave. Stepped off the point for a second. It wasn't the gust from the middle guy, because that was just used right there, and I think he only triggers it once. I don't think it's a... Does he trigger twice? I actually don't know on that. Oh, he does do it twice, because he did it towards the end of the health bar as well, so he does. Never mind. So maybe Ekeeb did get blowed off the point. Top shots into top lane, keep front gate. And we'll see the trade. But a win condition through bottom has been set up for the members of Citrus Colored Squash. They could be taking us into a map number 3 in our second best of 3 of the day. Ekeeb looking to rotate in, maybe join into the allies. All heroics and even all extra stacking, like Rain of Vengeance for Vala, are full and ready to go. Looking to invade onto the camp. They see this. They see the shimmer. They see Lazy Hydra. We swap visions really quickly. Falstead shows in the top lane. Step into the bush. They find a Joanna wailing arrow from Sylvanas, and that is a dead Uther. A gust from Falstead pushes the enemy up against the wall. The flailing swipe continuing to do so. Sundering to push back the enemy. A Rain of Vengeance from Vala. They're trying to get some of these kills. T3 Cat doesn't get Schumann. We actually have Ekeeb taking down the Sylvanas. Vala to fall. Flight from Lamort is looking to chase down somebody, but can't find an enemy. And in top lane, Thrall will be chased down and will fall. Alright. Well, it's a triple kill for Citrus Colored Squash. 142 stacks for the Vala. Falstad will fall. He's on 30 stacks. He's on 30 stacks. If I hadn't increased the gamble amount, we would have been paying out the believers right now. Immediate stun onto Joanna. They break off the camp. Actually, Schumann trying to pull the leashing down towards the lower side for safety. And it doesn't seem like Citrus Colored Squash will invade onto this one. Double objective phase. If CCS just play the map, they win, obviously, because they, you know, even if they just traded this objective phasing, they're still winning out on the map because they have more structures. And at these moments, you have to be aggressive, and that's gillyShark and Bingo, and I do think they know that, and that's why they're going to be trying to chase down some enemies. Sundering Earthgrass Totem followed up by the Sunder, nicely done, and then we have a beautiful Hammer of Justice. Now, Falstad flies in. That location was seen. Meanwhile, Yrel in bottom lane are getting shots. But this is Yrel kind of baiting and pulling the enemy away. We have a siege camp for bottom lane to be grabbed. Falstad goes to clear top lane, getting some more stacking on his level 1 for the believers. Zeratul left on the bottom lane. Stun onto the bush immediately. Will the Forsaken activated by Sylvanas. She's got that 140% movement speed. Remorseless level 13, by the way. No Windrunner. Alright, so now the shots are good for gillyShark at Bingo Night. Of course, Ekeeb can't 1v1 up against Ace here, but Uther coming in might be exactly what Ekeeb needs. Gonna chunk Ace down to about a third of their HP. Still, oh, whoa, it's Ekeeb who needs to back away. Now Lazy Hydra's wondering, do I need to pop Divine Shield on myself? Well, I can, I'm silenced, so never mind. Stark to clear out mid lane. But I do believe the bottom shots will take down this keep. Mid shots take the mid keep down to 50%, and another boss will be gained by the side of Citrus Colored Squash. Ooh, the pressure is mounting. It might be 11-7 in kills, but it feels like Citrus Colored Squash have just had control of this map. Like, yeah, they lost out a little bit in the early game, but later game kills have yielded quite a bit of experience. Still is about a 2,000 difference. Where's that being made up? Minions. Yeah, minions, as well as, holy crap, 3,000 from passive. So we're looking at about a 4,000 experience difference, rounding up and down. You know, we're just rounding with the caster math. Stark will fully reset. Lamort unable to get any sort of delay onto that, but getting full bar of mana for what could be a final push. Enemy team does have 20 talent tiers. Seraphim, Blind by the Light, Wind Tunnel, Blink for Sylvanas, as well as the Controlled Chaos on the Stukov. Randy Newman looking to back away. Falstead barrel rolling around, looking for the angle for a Wind Tunnel Gust into the enemy, trying to set something up here as the boss will start scratching under the core shielding of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Lazy Hydra goes down, no level 20 for a redemption. The Wind Tunnel pushing back a few allies, and yes, they do get the kill onto Stukov. He's got a few, not Stukov, onto the Uther. He's got a few ghost heals, and it's not enough. Thrall to be picked off as well. Ekib able to get a kill onto Sylvanas, but Falstad, Gerald the Bird, going to take a bit of a spin right there as the core will fall in favor of Citrus Colored Squash. But Bahamut, Sylvanas never wins. How is this possible? I don't know. The cap at the end of that sentence, totally. How many auto stacks for Falstad's won? He had 39 or less. What's up, Bektar? How you doing today, bud? Good to see you. As a reminder, in 2 hours we're doing Sony State of Play Bingo. In 1.5 hours we will be making the bingo card. But in 2 hours the Sony State of Play will begin, and we will be sitting here going Bloodborne. Also, as a reminder, this Saturday and Sunday, I will be doing casting for the Raven Court playoffs. It'll be 2 best-of-5s on both days. 2 best-of-5 both days, starting at 9:30 a.m. PDT, noon 30 EDT, and 18:30 CEST. Unless they changed that, but I don't think they did. I'll double-check it. They won because the Falstad threatened 5v4. No, they won because Sylvanas is OP. September 16th at 9:30 a.m. PDT. Okay, yes. All right, so we're 1-1 in score. I'm going to quickly run some ads so you don't get ads during the next game. So if you get some ads, I do apologize, but now's the time for you to click on the bid 5 painting while the ads do run so you can look at something more pretty than whatever BS ads they're going to chuck at your face. The score is 1-1. As I said, we'll run a minute 30, and when we get back from the ads, we will get into our next game. Now's a good time to subscribe. We're going to Towers of Doom for our 3rd map in this series. Love Towers of Doom to round out a series. A best of, if you will. Where's my download folders? Hello? Donde? Oh, that's Brax's holdout. No, that's from earlier today. Excuse me.
Welcome.
Random. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that, bud. We are just about to get into our 3rd map of our 2nd best of 3 of the day. You are just in time. Just in time. Don't know how to talk today, apparently. Skip that one because I am currently in that replay. Thank you. Thank you for thinking of me. How was your Heroes of Storm stream, bud? Welcome in, Raiders from Rando's stream. Yeah, thanks for being here. My name's Bahamut. We do casting. I love you. I like to party. I'm the only one that parties. I want to rewatch Hot Rod. That actually might be a good movie for my mom and dad, actually. I think my parents might like Hot Rod. I know my mom loves Andy Samberg. All right. There is a Abathur in this game. Have we done a boss prediction? No. We could do a boss prediction for this map. Or we could do Vala Qs. No, let's do boss prediction. It was great. You had a nice cast for the first Division 5 match of Heroes Lounge Season 22. Nice, nice. Well, thank you for raiding over here. I'm glad you had a good cast. I'm glad to hear that Heroes Lounge is starting up Season 22. That must mean that NGS is starting to get close to the end of their season, because usually NGS end of season overlaps with the beginning of Heroes Lounge, and vice versa. Like, I always feel like Heroes Lounge is, like, wrapping up when NGS starts back up, and vice versa. I think there's, like, a nice kind of, like, little overlap of both leagues. So it must mean that NGS is getting close. Does anyone in NGS, anyone in chat who plays for NGS, do you know? How many more weeks are there left? Curious if anyone knows that. Alright, so 2 minutes. We'll have a prediction as to which team will get first boss. Well, let's go ahead and get on into it. The ads are done. Thank you again for the raid. I appreciate that a lot. Thanks for thinking of us. Thanks for bringing your friends to our little corner of the internet. Let's get into it. Welcome back into the Nexus Gaming Series Division A matchup. On the left-hand side, it's gillyShark at Bingo Night with Chesslooter on Brightwing, Stark to play the Hogger, Schumann on the Abathur, Lazy Hydra to play the Muradin, and Ekib on the Mephisto. Yes, Ninja, there is an Abathur in this game. On the right-hand side, we have got CCS3, or Citrus-Colored Squash, Ace on the Leoric, Mesos to play a Garrosh, Lamort on the Chromie, Summer on the Anduin, and T3 Cat playing a Vala. Now, my question to all of you is, which team will get the first boss of Towers of Doom? Will it be gillyShark at Bingo Night? Will it be the members of Citrus-Colored Squash? Or will no one get boss? We did have a no-boss gamble payout earlier, so it could be possible. I just, whenever I see an Abathur, I'm always like, Ninja's gotta know. Also, it's frickin' Schumann's Abathur. Schumann's Abathur is top-notch. Mezzo steps in, gets a toss on to Lazy Hydra, who's immediately able to dwarf toss out. Stark on the Hogger up against Ace in top lane, looking to sustain the fight here, but Ace has got a whole lot of self-healing. Abathur Hatting is trying to poke a little bit. Nice bounce. Holy crap, Stark is getting tons of damage here. Can Stark get it? Stark gets the hat! A Q, a W, a Q, a W. Oh, the staggering blow. They break the heal, and the solo lane 1v1.5 goes over to gillyShark at Bingo Night. I don't know how to read your sentence, Ninja, because, like, in my brain I was like, Locust on this map, but it was also Locust on this map? Like, there was, like, two different inflections that popped in my brain. I'm just like, Schumann does a really, like, Schumann's builds are really, really, really good. I've seen Schumann do proxy Abathur play on Infernal Shrines. Like, his team just, like, hard 5v4s consistently, and Schumann's just, like, is just appearing behind keeps, dropping a Locust Nest, and then like, not a Locust Nest, but the many Locust spawn or whatever, and then just, like, hard thing out immediately. There's been some cool Abathur shenanigans from Schumann. Always like to catch their Abathur play. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, a little bit of poke here. Ekib poke jumping in here and there with some Shade of Mephisto Lightning Nova value. We're going to see the Spite at level 4 for Ekib. Lazy Hydra actually getting tossed out, I think? Or was that Dwarf Toss? I actually am not 100% sure. Oh, Lazy Hydra, you're going to the beach. Weird, questionable, yet fun, spicy, and hard to counter if it works. Bandit, that is always the thing. If it works. Weird to see Locust on ones instead of mines. Most times I've seen Locust builds, they go mines, mines/mines. Most times I see Locust builds, they go mines. Wait, what? That feels backwards. We need Schumann in chat. We need Schumann. We need the official Abathur. We need Schumann to start educating us. Follow poking onto Lazy Hydra. Gets an 8th stack. T3 cat. Brightwing was trying to get this right-hand side, but I think she's getting poked up by Chromie. Meanwhile, Ekeep is trying to slow that down, but more Sandblasts. Oh, time stop. And we total up the shots after our first objective phase, which is standardized on this map, top left and right, and then the RNG's mid. But it's 3 objectives. There's 3 altars that always spawn in the first. It is going to be 32 HP to 36, favoring the members of Citrus Colored Squash. Lazy Hydra being tossed around here, gets the phase shift from Chest Looter. And it looks like the Pixie Dust is enough. The Peekaboo does reveal that the enemy is on this camp. Ally tossed onto T3 Cat. Time stop onto 1. What is the time stop? It is going to be the red one, which is Chronic Conditions? No, it's Time Troubles. I always mix these two up. Always just mix up those 2 talents regardless. But it's going to be the armor buff and debuff. Minus 15 armor to enemies, plus 30 armor to allies. Good poke onto Cat right here. Unfortunately, they're not able to solidify a kill into her. 1, 2, 3. Sappers make their way into the bottom lane. And Vala continues to get poked at, but she will not fall. Slowly but surely, gillyShark and Bingo Knight are opening up the fort front gate. Chromie drops some sand onto the origin location of Ekeeb. Meanwhile, over in the top, Stark is pushing things up. We got some mines across that top area as well. Maybe slow down Leoric in the rotation. Maybe get a dismount. Absolutely the case. I want to say that 1 is the extended range. Extended range doesn't exist anymore. I make that mistake all the time myself. Oh, hold on 1 second. Mine's at 1. Envenom Nest deal 75% more damage, armor. Here it's Nest deal. It's cooldown reduction, but you don't get any. You don't get any sort of cooldown. You don't get any range increase anymore on mines. I always forget that. I forget. Like it took me so long to like commit that to memory that there's no more mine range increase. It just seemingly disappeared out of nowhere. Well, 10 Talonteers on the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight first. Durance of Hate for the Mephisto, sorry. Avatar for Muradin. Ultimate Evolution on Abathur. We will see the Shockwave for Hogger, as well as Blink Heals for the Brightwing. No, you're good. It's honestly, I think we have this conversation once a month on the stream. Someone always brings it up, and then I used to forget all the time. It was the clone of Abathur that disappeared. If you're wondering, like, wait, why is there no kill? It was an Abathur clone. I believe a Brightwing, probably Mephisto. A lot of low members on the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. They back away. It's 28 to 36 in core HP as Citrus Colored Squash continue to hold over this map. To be fair, with all the updates and patches lately, it's easy to mix it up with all the new stuff. Oh my god, you are so right, though. You're so right, Hell. You're so right on that. God dang. That actually caught me off guard. That was good. Durance of Fate might catch Anduin off guard. Summer taking a nice bit of damage. Actually, it's probably not nice for Summer. Muradin Dwarf tosses in. They're looking for the sustained damage into the Garrosh, and we'll be able to find it. Now, Ace is getting the right-hand side. Will Schumann burrow in for this? Indeed he will. Leoric's gonna mount. He's gonna get to the Abathur. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. Chest Looter is fine. Actually turns around, polymorphs the Vala, and she's the one in trouble. I do have to say, 26 stacks for Vala, 7 minutes and 45 seconds in. That's like what, 3 stacks a minute? 3 times 7 is a number. It's actually more than that. It's more than 3 stacks a minute. But either way, really quickly doing some non-caster math. Y'all can do the math for me. 26 stacks, 156 plus 380? 380 damage with the first hit, and then there's subsequent bounces dealing 128. I like how I said you can do the math, and then I did it. This is brilliant of me. Chastise, met by Endurance of Hate, which will be met by an Indomitable. Leorc thought about Wraith walking in, but he 180s immediately. He pulls an Abe Simpson, 180s back towards top lane as Stark will take down the fort front gate, and actually with me, oh my god! I think Schumann meant to hat the mule, but he got Stark instead by accident. Warlord's Challenge, Temporal Loop, Aphasia from Brightwing. That might have been meant for Lazy Hydra. Blink heals onto them as well. A Leap of Faith will save Garrosh. A time stop onto the clone Mephisto? Yes, because Schumann is the Abathur. Bottom 4 does go down. Schumann, clone Abathur, jumping in, being aggressive. T3 Cat is still alive. 9 lives on that cat, and they are fine for the time being. But gillyShark and Bingo Knight want to try and get a little extra damage in here, as Schumann will go to top lane. Stark looking for a bounce. I feel like that was a bingo square. Endurance of Fate does connect onto Garrosh. He gets a light bomb as an answer. Ekeep is back to his origin location. Gonna be inside the Entomb. Shockwave from Hogger into quite a few enemies. Lazy Hydra Dwarf tosses in. Anduin's the one to fall. A huge spin from Stark as Ace will try and chase down Ekeep. One big mace to the face. It takes down that Mephisto, but Garrosh, Vala, and Anduin do fall. Lemort will pop the timeout. Met by a Stormbolt, and a lonely Yorick will make his way back to top lane as Schumann does push things up, popping a few mines underneath this camp, which won't immediately explode, giving vision. He's doing the thing? I've seen Schumann get camps on his own as an Abathur. No, I think it was Siege Giants. I don't think I've ever seen him get these camps on his own. All right, 24 to 27 in core HP. No boss has been taken yet. 16 talent tier advantage for gillyShark and Bingo Knight. 9 to 2 in kills. And I gotta say, I gotta cycle through these numbers so we can take a look at where some of this extra experience is coming from. Hogger, once again, back into top lane, shoving onto the fort. Just pushing the minion wave up. Not gonna stick around, not gonna sit there and bash onto the fort. Actually gets a nice little poke onto Ace here. Bottom lane, sappers will be cleared out before they go into the death zone. You can hat mule. Yes, you can hat mule. Indeed. There's a few of those, like, here's the storm WT. Wait. I'm sorry, I have to. I'm sorry, I have to. I hate doing this in replays. I have to. I had to see that, man. I had to see that. I was like, Hawker didn't help at all, did he? I was so focused on the bottom lane fight. What's going on over here? He's doing the thing. He's doing the thing. That's exactly what I was talking about. He's got the Locust Brood at level 16. This is what I was talking about. He place a mine, get into a bush, pop the Locust Brood, immediately hearth out, and slowly but surely take down structures. Now, I've seen him do this on, like, Inferno Shrines as, like, a backdoor tool while the rest of the team just shoves face during an objective phase. Speaking of an objective phase, we will see a triple altar phase coming up. Bottom lane Bell Tower regained or transferred back over to control of citrus-colored squash. Sorry, I was going to say can't control stupid, but once again, there it is. Oh, does he not have Locust Brood? There it is. There's that. Mule to tank a shot or two, maybe? God, this is just so funny to watch. There's no fight right there. So there you go. You can hat Mule. Leorc goes for the top right. Abathur continuing to hat Mules, trying to sustain them a little bit longer. Or, not the Mules, sorry, the Locusts. We have the 4 shots going into the core of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. 4 to return onto the side of citrus-colored squash. The top lane fort will it's actually a keep now. So 3 shots could go into gillyShark at Bingo Night, and it will be 3 shots. 17 to 23, a 6-point difference on the cores. No boss still taken on the map. Nice and Tomb. Durance of Hate is going to meet Leorc, but he was already in the Wraith Walk. The ally tossed the Indomitable Pop, but Lamort is in a really rough spot in here, and I do think they should get the kill into Chromie. Lazy Hydra, I saw that. Mephisto wants to jump in and take down the Vala. Unfortunately, he won't be able to do so. Stark with a nice bounce of point. Did Ando in DC or something right there? Ando was just standing still. Maybe he just didn't believe that they would be able to do this. Either way, copy onto Schumann. They're looking for more siege damage and poke onto Vala. E-Keep will jump in as well with a Shade of Mephisto and Lightning Nova. Mid lane keep very low right now, but the quick rotation to bottom lane. They want to grab the camp. Oh, will they find Ace? They did find Ace. Staggering blow, the phase shift from Brightwing. Peekaboo does scout out. Oh, he was desperate praying? Okay, I didn't even see it. It looked like, and I thought I didn't even see him kneel down. Good catch. Big Durance of Haste on a 3, but this is more of a disengage heroic. Big Durance of Hate.
Are rising heroes. Do get ready.
Good to see you, idioms. Ugh, idioms. Ugh. Can't say words. Okay, so double objective phase coming up next. 20 talents here, almost here. 17 to 23 in core HP. Keep takes a... Okay, hold on. That's a shockwave into a light bomb. There's just a lot being applied. Brightwing goes down first. Stark will be falling to the Vala. Oh, this is not the fight gillyShark at Bingo Night wanted. Schumann was busy getting a camp. Lazy Hydra will get a little hat for the time being. Leoric clears out the top lane camp, and that will be 6 shots into gillyShark at Bingo Night. Well, it's 3 for sure. Down to 11? Down to 11. Oh, wait, are they delaying? No. I like how Anduin mounted here to go. I got no flame on the player. All these players are way better than me, but it was just one of those things that's like mounting from here to here. Uh-oh. Okay, he got out. I thought he ultimate evolutioned. I thought Ace actually had him there. Mid lane, keep going down the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night, but bottom lane keep will be transferred over to the side of Citrus Colored Squash. Leoric is working his way into top lane. He's got a wave available for that. Lazy Hydra maybe to delay things out. Well, either way, next objective phase, singular in the bottom of the map. Based on map mechanics and positioning, this is very, very favorable to Citrus Colored Squash, as the rotation from gillyShark at Bingo Night could only be through the camp or basically through this center area. Unless Abathur wants to burrow in behind. Oh! Oh! That was so close. Chromie doesn't get this. I don't even know if they saw that. I thought Schumann was gonna get hit with a sandblast there. I thought Abathur was going to the beach. All right, there's the altar for the bottom lane. gillyShark at Bingo Night technically have more shots right now. Phase shift onto Lazy Hydra, I do believe, who's gonna pop Avatar. Met with a Warlord's Challenge. Leap of Faith will save the Vala. Anduin does have Glyph at 16. Meso's so low. The no control from Stark sets up the kill, but now Stark tanks too many tower shots and will fall. Leo gets the convert onto mid lane, and oh my god, gillyShark at Bingo Night will lose the Hogger and the Brightwing. Abathur in the top lane looking to push things up while they lose this. Oh, I think Lazy Hydra's dead. No, he's fine. I thought Vala would continue chasing. That Abba probably popped a slug as close to that Chromie Artillery was. Oh, you mean like he pooped himself? Is that some sort of poop joke? 53 stacks for Vala. What? 318 damage plus 319 damage. So Vala's dealing over 600 and damage. And damage. Subtle, I know. Oh, no, I read your message like twice, and I was like, oh, it's a poop joke. Oh. 600 in damage, yes. 600 in damage. That's how we're gonna start saying things. You know how they say like 20 and some change? Just 600 and some damage. Chastise immediately into E-Keeb. Titanic Might. Oh my god! Warlord's Challenge pulls Muradin out of place for a second. He pops the rewind. Chest Looter's still very low. One sapper makes it over the wall during the defense. 6 HP remains for gillyShark at Bingo Night. Still no boss has been taken. Abathur will get the kill onto Garrosh. The bottom lane fort does not go back, and Schumann trying to do Abathur things again, trying to take down this fort. But this will be 5 shots into gillyShark at Bingo Night, I do believe. Oh, wait, hold up. Okay, it's gonna be leashed. It's actually only 4, so it's down to 2 HP. Down to 2 HP since they got this back right there.
Lay claim to the altars.
I like how Leo just started boss.
Disappoint me.
I love this. Abathur actually stays in the top lane to give a hat to Lazy Hydra, unfortunately. Well, it went from 5 shots to 4 shots to 3 shots, but it still is a win condition on boss. They have to know, right? Yeah, they have to know, right? They're gonna be too late, unfortunately. They don't even get there in time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Brightwing will fall. GG, well played. Citrus Colored Squash take map number 3 in our second best of 3. GG, well played. It was close to no boss being taken right there. That was really close to no boss being taken.